Good morning, everyone. Good morning, PhD Benito Valarezo. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate your background in chemical engineer and your experience in research and innovation, particularly in the field of natural products. Um, Today problem um, which I am exploring is the increasing demand for natural plant-based alternatives in the industry, like pharmaceutical, cosmetics, and food production. Many companies in this field are facing growing pressure to replace synthetic ingredients such as antioxidants, antimicrobials, and food colorants. So I would like to have a conversation with you and given your experience with natural products and chemical processes, I would like to hear your thoughts. And I would like to ask you a few questions, if you agree, to better understand the needs of experts like yourself when it comes to integrating new ingredients into industrial or commercial applications. So the PhD Benito Valarezo is a professor in a very a well-known university in Ecuador. Um, yep, uh, please, PhD Benito, I would like to hear you about some questions. So, given your experience in research and innovation, particularly in chemical processes, what trends have you observed in the growing demand for natural ingredients within pharmaceutical or cosmetic industries?
Uh, Morning, everybody. Yes, in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries, I have observed a growing demand for natural ingredients, especially plant extract, molecules, and bioproducts. In pharmaceuticals, for example, bioproducts are valued for their therapeutic properties, such as anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial compounds. In cosmetic, bioproducts are sought after their anti-aging, moisturizing, and skin repair effects, with a strong preference for eco-friendly extract process. I see how consumers are increasing demand more suitable, safer, and chemical-free products.
No. So yeah, I think uh, it's fair that to say that the PhD is talking from Ecuador. So I'm talking from Australia. We are in the other side of the world. Uh, yeah, around 48 hours of distance. And yeah, this is a world trend, I would say. So, having said that, let me ask you the second question. How do you see the role of sustainability and plant-based products evolving, particularly in Latin American markets such as Ecuador?
Um, Let me see. In Ecuador and Latin America, sustainability and plant-based products are on the rise. Growing environmental awareness drives demand for natural and organic products. Governments promote sustainable practice, and consumers seek eco-friendly options. In Ecuador, which is a biodiversity country, has green potential for development essential oils and bioproducts. Thought challenge like infrastructure and education persists.
Okay. So based on your research and industry projects that have you developed, what are some of the main challenges with synthetic ingredients in pharmaceutical or cosmetic applications? Are there common issues with, product efficacy or regulatory restrictions in Ecuador, or maybe I know you have worked in Europe. Maybe one regulatory restrictions that have you seen there?
Uh, well, synthetic ingredients in pharmaceuticals and cosmetic face several challenges. Efficacy can be inconsistent in so many interact unpredictable in other compounds. Syphilis, concerned synthetic ingredients, can cause adverse reactions or have unknown long-term effects. Regulatory restrictions are stringent and very violation, requiring extensive testing and documentation. For this, consumer prefer are shifting towards natural and organic products, affecting market acceptance.
Okay. Uh, could you explain a little bit more the last part? I couldn't hear you properly.
Yeah, environmental impact es concernente por ejemplo, en synthetic ingredients may come from no renewable source for allergies, for example, or sensitivities impact the
Okay.
products normalmente used.
Okay. Have you worked on any projects involving natural alternatives or synthetic compounds? Eh, I know you have worked, and could you please share a little bit of your experience and what challenge or success have you encountered in this field?
Yeah, I have working on some projects involving natural alternatives. For example, essential oils as sustain, sustainable or artificial aromas. Oils such as lemon, orange, eucalyptus, and rosemary, essential oils. Of course, they are more expensive, but that is because they have many substances that give them their special biological properties. Artificial essentials are prepared with one, two, three principal ingredients, which although they give it the smell, uh, but not have all the properties that oil have.
Okay, that is good to know and it's great to hear because I'm researching the potential of developing an essential oil structure for Bixa Orellana. I think this kind of seeds you are very familiar with Bixa Orellana, called achiote. That's a common name, but many people know this plant as a natural colorant, but its bioactive compounds, particularly Bixing, nor-Bixing, some compounds, chemical compounds, also antioxidant and microbial and anti-inflammatory properties that Bixa Orellana has, making it a compromising natural alternative for using a pharmaceutical and cosmetic products. This essential oil could help companies to meet the growing demand for natural, effective, and sustainability ingredients. I know you are kind of agree because I have read some of your papers. You have worked some papers with some students yours. Uh, but yeah, that is because this interview is very important to me because I'm talking with an expert in the field. So, having said that, let me ask you the next question. Given your knowledge as a chemical engineer and natural products, are you familiar with Big Sarajana and its traditional uses, particularly as a colorant? or for medicinal purposes? Any other purposes that you might know?
Um, yes, Bixa orellana, called achote in Spanish, is a special species that I have known since I was a child. My mother used it to obtain a condimento for food, a condimento that is also a colorant, is condiment and colorant eh, of a colorant, a colored red color. It is like a saffron that is usada en Europa. Saffron is in Europe y achote in Ecuador. Of course, saffron is very expensive condiment.
Okay. And yeah, what has been your experience with Big Orellana, either in research or application field? Have you
Uh,
had an experience, recent experience with this kind of seed?
uh, our research group has conducted research with essential oil and the aromatic compounds of achote and the compounds present in the seed. The achote fruit is a capsule that contains small seeds inside. The substance that covers this small seed is rich in active compounds.
Uh, okay. An essential oil extracted from Big Orellana seeds with a focus on its key bioactive compounds like Bixin or Norbixin, sorry, for potential application in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries. That's, I mean, what you try to say when you talk about compounds that are inside of the seeds. Uh, Based on your expertise, what potentials or applications do you see for them, for these chemical compounds that you mentioned before?
Okay. The essential oil was extracted from the leaves. The seeds don't have essential oil, but it's vegetable oil. Essential
Mm,
oil are volatile compounds, vegetable oils are fixed compounds. Bixin and non-bixin are compounds that are used in the food, cosmetic, and textile industry. However, the most attractive compounds of Bixa orellana are tocopherol. Tocopherol are compounds similar vitamin E.
okay. Yeah, that's really good to know. I was convinced that Bixing and Norbixing was the most valuable compounds or ingredients in Bixa orellana, and it's really, you know, when you talk with an expert and you realize that you are not taking all the information that you can find in internet, like you mentioned the essential oil was extracted from leaves, no from seeds. I thought, uh, yeah, that essential oil was extracted from seeds as well. But yeah, thank you for clarify those points. So this kind of the following question is a little bit different, and I read that you are an expert in patents as well. So I would like to, you know, aboard this topic and given your background in patents and industrial secrets, what do you see as the primary intellectual property challenges or opportunity for a product like this essential oil?
Okay. My challenge is to modify the compounds, hemisynthesis, so that they have better performance in their application. com compared to achote, a scientific from Ornos, a scientific, a partner from our university, observed that the people of Santo Domingo, of the Sáchilas, Santo Domingo is a provincia, a Ecuadorian province, called Santo Domingo de los Colorados. Colorado is a roseazus, is a color. Because they used achote on their face and hair. He, my partner, observed that they used for custom and additional for eh, protects for Zoom, por which the compounds fueron o Bixa Orellana and then performance hemisynthesis and development a patent is called preparation and use of a composition for prevention and mitigation of the effect of radiation.
Oh,
Achote has other patents such as tocopherol derived in methods of use.
okay. And yeah, I would say this topic of patents is very important from the point of view that a researcher like you. And yeah, what research or technical data would you need to consider this product for a commercial use or industrial development? Uh, you mentioned some important components before, but I would like to, to deep down in this point. Is very important in today's world, and yeah, I would like to have your opinion about that.
Um, uh, Let me see. The 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 creation of bioproducts is need. We need to know the bioproducts are safe or used for consumption. This is done with in vitro, in vivo tests.
Okay. So you mentioned an special or the most valuable compound in Bixa Orellana.
Is
Maybe,
a tocopherol.
yeah, tocopherol. That would be the, uh, if we have uh, after the process a high concentration of this tocopherol in or essential oil, uh, would you need to, do you consider that that would be a product that would be worth it to patent or, you know, patent this composition and, yeah, maybe use it for a commercial or industrial development in the future?
Yes. In this moment, this modified molecular tocopherol in this patent is usada for an industrial called tocol.
Oh,
Industrial tocol is is this my partner. Um, First, or need modify these molecules. Then, test these molecules for know if these molecules are safe. Then, sell or license these patents for commercial use, or use this molecule uh, for apprenticeship in any industry.
okay. So, yeah. I only would like to say a final thank you to you, PhD Eduardo Valarezo. And yeah, thank you again for taking the time to speak with me. And yeah, good to hear an expert in the field. Always is good to hear one. And yeah, having said that, I would like to finish this interview. And thank you for your time again.